Well, how did we get here? Where's everybody been? Hey, what's going on? It's the first Jack Henke show in like a millennium, and we can all blame Bulldog for that since he's not here tonight, which is, even if he were here, we'd blame him. So, very good. Blackie's here, and he's acting very upset because he thinks he's going to get my burrito, which he's not. But in the meantime, we also have two stars. The stars keep getting bigger and bigger. I'm surprised you two are even joining me tonight, for God's sakes. Tonight we have Patty Gallun Hansen, our fashionista and jewelry expert, and just all around cool hot chick. And then we also have the man with the sports mafia that is just rampaging through the country and the world. Actually, his name is AJ Bocchini. Welcome, guys.
What's up? What's up, Jack? How we doing?
We're up. That's what's up.
Yeah, we're up all right. We're up all right.
Patty, you're just nodding. You look like a bobblehead.
Yeah, I know.
How are you, Patty?
I'm doing well. I'm wondering if AJ's going to talk about Tom Brady's roast last night.
I didn't see it. I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
I heard it was pretty brutal.
I've heard some pretty mixed reports on it. So.
What do you think, Age? Did you ever like Tom Brady?
No, I never have.
Because?
He just for me, there was just too much going on there. He's a great quarterback and everything, but then I think the one year when he had Randy Moss was the year he really gave him respect because he was able to prove that he could throw the deep ball. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't a fan of the 10-yard crossing routes and throw to the tight ends, and they didn't really have any like receivers I could name other than Julian Edelman. So they didn't really have any household name receivers back in that day other than Julian Edelman or Randy Moss. So
I think it's more just because you guys are like twins that there's when two people are too much alike, they don't get along so well.
Right. Exactly. Oh, I don't like Michigan either.
What about you, Patty? Were you a fan
of Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Only part that I was a fan of, he was cute.
I was gonna say, is he hot? Would you consider him hot?
He was cute. But they made a joke last night that I didn't understand, so maybe you guys can help me understand it. It was some guy got up and he was saying something about a guy by the name of Kraft. And
Kraft is the owner of the Patriots.
Okay, and then he said something about a massage, and then Tom Brady got up to the comedian who said it and said, "Don't say that shit anymore." Turned around and walked away on live roasting of him. So I was like, "Whoa, what was that about?"
Tough shit.
I don't know.
About 2 years ago, Kraft, whose wife was loved by all, about 5 years ago, she passed away from cancer. And so like a couple of years ago, he was in Florida for someone. I'm not sure if they were playing Miami or they were playing Tampa, but it was in Florida, I believe. He got busted in this massage parlor sting, the owner, like in this cheap, the guy's got billions of dollars. The question I have is, what's he going to a little cheap like shopping mall massage parlor in the first place? That's he deserves to get busted for that. For God's sake.
He did.
He must be a cheap smack.
Yeah.
So he had to live with that for quite a while. So it wasn't like he was cheating on his wife or anything. It was just an embarrassing situation.
Yeah. Well, that's what the guy referred to then. Okay.
Yeah, and he was there. The owner was there.
Oh, okay.
Robert Kraft. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of a famous guy because out of all the owners, his story is that he, as a kid, he grew up selling popcorn or something at the very stadium, and he ended up buying the team.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so he came a long way. So that's kind of his shtick thing.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah. What do you think, AJ? Do you like Robert Kraft?
I like Kraft. I think
why?
I just think he does things. He does things the right way. You know.
He doesn't go to the massage parlor the right way.
No. But I should say I like him as an owner. I like him as an owner. But
okay. He's been very successful.
Yeah, he's been very successful. He's been very.
He doesn't seem like a jerk, as far as I can tell.
And they don't. And the thing is, Tom's credit, always took less money to build around his team. So to Tom's credit, he
So
always
that they
took up-
could fit more players in the salary cap, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Tom Brady, you respect, don't like. Kraft, you like and respect.
Yeah, I just don't like Michigan. That's why I don't like Tom.
Oh, that's another reason.
I like Charles Woodson, but I don't like Michigan in general.
There you go. So, Patty, any other observations from that roast?
Well, let's see. Ben Affleck went on a rant, and everybody online is talking about his rant because it was totally unhinged.
Oh, okay. Well, we're all guilty of that sometimes.
Well,
I was unhinged earlier today.
It was supposed to be, yeah. I've been unhinged for a long time, but it was supposed to be all jokes and comedy, directed at Tom Brady.
Yeah.
If he got up and from what I heard, it was just like he was kind of yelling at the fans and bitching about the fans and how cowardly they are because they sit behind their computer screen and say nasty things and who do you think you are and all this kind of, so he kind of brought the whole room down.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So,
get the hook, for God's sakes. Yeah.
Well, I think what was happening there is, J-Lo has been taking some major crap lately. I mean,
Good.
major crap. So,
well, I give her. I know you respect her story, Patty. Talk about someone who like Kraft worked her way up, but something about her I don't like. It's nothing I can live without her. I got to respect somebody who's done and succeeded as much as she has and put themselves out there. But just something about I don't know. I don't know what it is.
the more I've learned about her, the less I respect her.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, because from what I've learned on some of the different things that I've read and then heard, not a very nice person. Not a very nice person. So.
Well, Ben Affleck, he is famously from Boston area, so that's why he and what's the other guy, Matt Damon.
Yeah,
grew up. They're both big Boston sports fans. Yeah.
And Giselle wasn't happy with the whole thing because she said she didn't sign up for this roast, yet she was the butt of a lot of the roast. So
who was
Giselle?
Oh, was she there?
No, but apparently she watched it and she wasn't happy about it.
Well, then,
one comedian, that one joke that I thought was hilarious.
If you're not there, you're fair game, I think.
Well,
it's a roast.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it fair? I mean, think about it. He signed up for it, so he knows he's going to get roasted.
Yeah.
But she did not sign up for it. So
right.
But my question always is, why do you care? Why do you care what those people? I mean, we're people. We have sensitivities and stuff. But come on, why would she even bother with it? Why?
You're right, Jack. You're right.
Tune in. Nothing good is going to happen on a roast if you're the divorcee of the person getting roasted. Hello.
This one lady comedian stood up and she goes, "Yeah, Tom has 7 rings? Oh no, wait, 8 since Giselle gave one back."
Did she give it back?
I don't know.
What is the rule on that, Patty? Is there such a rule?
No, listen, if you get divorced, you keep the damn ring. I tell you, you don't let that sucker go.
What about if you break off the engagement?
You still keep the ring. I'm sorry.
If you're the one breaking it off?
You keep the ring. I don't care.
What? If you're... What? I can see if the guy messes up, but why would the woman...
It was given as a gift.
That's maybe right technicality wise, but that's not the spirit of the law, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get more into that in a moment. But first, AJ's going to take us through the sports stories of the day. And I know Patty will have plenty of commentary.
Can I make my announcement first?
No. Of course you can.
That doesn't have to do with sports. Over the weekend, for those who don't follow me on social media, we have some new viewers.
And shame on you if you don't, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I became an uncle for the first time.
I saw that.
My younger brother Dom and my sister-in-law Hannah gave birth to a little boy, named Bo Miller, and
He's so cute.
he's 6 pounds 11 ounces and was born on Sunday. So Sunday morning at 6 a.m. I got a text that said Bo has arrived. So
Excellent.
Congratulations to all.
thank you.
So he's Bo Miller Bocchini.
Yes.
Okay.
Beau.
Yeah, Beau. That in the old days, that was short for Beauregard, but I don't think he's Beauregard. Probably,
No.
I think he's just Bo.
He's just Bo. So
Okay, so cool. So do you know when you're going to get your first gander at him in person?
Saturday.
Saturday?
I cannot wait.
No, that poor kid. He's going to say, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah, we're going up Saturday morning, Jack. So
are you?
Adjust this.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you don't worry about my schedule. You just take care of yourself. You know, it's just some minor thing like a first nephew. We're gonna have to call you Uncle AJ now.
Yeah, right. Or just Uncle.
No, you're Uncle AJ. That sounds about right.
Perfect. That'll work.
Well, congratulations to you and your family, and I know Lisa and Doug are thrilled. And what are Hannah's parents' names?
Ron and Meg.
Ron and Meg?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, they should all be thrilled. Everyone is healthy and doing well.
It's the first, and by the way, it's the first grandchild on either side. So,
So that kid's not going to get fawned over or anything like that.
No, I know.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Excellent.
It's cool.
Make sure the kid has a safety helmet on if you take it for a spin. You're taking for a spin.
Oh, we'll wait on that.
That's a good idea. That's a good. Well, congratulations. That's great news, AJ.
Thank you.
If I'm remembering the picture, AJ, didn't he have like a lot of black hair already?
Yeah, he did. That's both mommy and dad. So.
Okay. Yeah, it was cute. He's a cutie.
Yeah.
All babies look like Winston Churchill.
They
do.
They do.
They're cute to the families, of course. You go, oh yeah, hi Winston. Yeah. My own kids look like Winston Churchill, for God's sake. So we're good.
No, we can move into sports. So
okay, as long as you're reorganizing the show. Anything else, AJ? You want to change? Anything else you want to do?
We're good.
Okay. I know you're a big star now, but still.
So last night, I'll start with the Brewers last night because they played tonight again. They lost 3-2 last night to the Royals. Who the Royals are actually pretty good. They're 20. They got almost the same record as the Brewers. I think it's a game difference, and it's pretty much like watching. If I can compare this for somebody, it's like watching the Brewers, but in a different city. They play the same style. It's like they have a lot of speed, a lot of young players, and it's really fun. It's actually really fun to watch. So
very cool, and they're doing well for the first time in a while this year so far. Well.
This is their best group, I think, since Lorenzo Cain was in I think this is their best group since 2015. So that's my personal opinion. And
they went to back-to-back World Series, didn't they?
Back-to-back World Series.
Won one, lost one.
Yep.
And Ned Yost, former Brewer manager, was their manager.
He's not their manager anymore.
I know, but he was their manager.
He was. You're right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. He's tough, Pat.
They had 106 losses last year, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, good for them. I hope they do well. Good. Okay. So what's your prediction for tonight?
I think we're going to win, but I think the next week is going to be a struggle because Freddie's on suspension. So anytime you get a player suspended, and they can't add to the roster when a player's on suspension. So that's something I learned yesterday, is you can't bring up another player to cover that player's suspension. You actually have to play shorter man. So
ouch.
So it's
and they were short already in the pitching.
They were short already in terms of bodies.
So did he? Is he get a 5-gamer, AJ, for that guy?
He got a 5-gamer, which would line him up to start on Saturday. But I think he'll get pushed back because, with no throwing or no throwing program, I think he'll get pushed back because he's not allowed to be around the team at all. So
he can throw. He can throw outside his.
No, he can throw outside, but with no bullpen.
So it's when a pitcher gets a 5-gamer, it's really misleading because
one start.
Basically. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that happens. Do you think that he deserved that 5-game suspension?
I think so. I think he just reacted to a situation. For those who don't know, Jose Siri from the Rays hit a homer. I kind of stared at it for a while. The Brewers were up 6-1 or something like that at the time, and Siri hit a homer. Stared at it for a while. Freddie threw at him. Threw at his leg the next at bat, but it looked pretty. After watching it again, it looked pretty intentional. So I don't really know, but I don't really know. As a Brewer fan, I was not happy, but it is what it is at this point. You know, you got to play with the cards you're dealt, and it is what it is.
Okay. So you think the next week is going to be tough for the Brewers? You think they're still going to hang? They're tied for first with the Cubs right now.
Yes, they are.
Do you think that they will continue? Will that be a continuing theme throughout the rest of the season? What do you think?
I think this week will tell us a lot because anytime a young team faces adversity, they've also lost 3 in a row. So the young team adversity, 2 more games on the road, and then you got St. Louis and Pittsburgh at home. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Have the Brewers ever won a championship? Ever?
They made it 1 year. To 1982, they made it to the World Series, but they never won it.
Okay.
They've won 5 division titles in the last 7 years, but never won that.
That one World Series appearance is a sore subject, Patty, because their number 1 starting pitcher and their number 1 reliever were both out with injuries for that series. And St. Louis still almost beat those effing Cardinals.
Yeah, right.
But they didn't. They didn't. So
they didn't. They were up 3-2, weren't they?
Yeah, and they started in like the 70s, so they've never won a World Series as the Brewers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's been a long time.
Thanks for bringing that up, Patty. You made us all feel a lot better. Thank you.
Yeah.
Poor guys.
Play ball.
Play ball.
The other thing I want to talk about, and we'll get into NHL in a minute, Jack. Don't worry.
Oh, really? The forgotten sport. Okay.
Is the Minnesota Timberwolves. What they're doing to the Denver.
Wait. Are you done with baseball now? You got people trying to keep up with you. All right, now NBA playoffs. It's a great time of year because we got NBA playoffs going, and
you got all the crossover, which is amazing.
Okay, so NBA last night. What happened?
Last night, the Timberwolves played the Nuggets, and the Nuggets are the defending champs and number 1 seed, and the Timberwolves just held them to 80 points, which most NBA teams score 80 points in 3 quarters, not 80 points in a full game. So
it was their lowest point total all year.
All year long.
Mm-hmm.
And the scary part is the best defender in the league, which just won Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, didn't even play. Ironically, because he had the birthday last night, and they still held him to 80 points. So I'm a little worried if I'm a Nuggets fan to say that I might get swept after hosting the first round of the playoff game. So I'm a little worried that I might get swept at Minnesota twice. So I don't know.
Yeah. When's the next game, AJ? I think it's Friday.
Next game is what is?
I think it's Friday night.
Friday night, yeah.
I think it's right. So Friday night in Minnesota. So Patty, not only did the Timberwolves win the first 2, they won the first 2 on the champions' home court. So now they're going back home for games 3 and 4. So this could be trouble, and they're not a fluke. The Timberwolves.
Who are the champions?
Denver Nuggets. They won it all last year.
Okay.
They have a really character, Nikola Jokic. How do you say Jokic? Everybody calls him the Joker. He's a big. Where's he from? Serbia or I don't know, but he's really good and he's funny. Okay. Take our word for it. He's a character. He's like AJ.
Yeah.
Really good, but he's funny.
Yeah. This just came across the wire too. Breaking news.
Yeah. Focus.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go.
This just came across the wire too. Longtime athletic director at Marquette, Bill Scholl, plans to retire when the school names a new AD.
Oh.
So
Okay. Have you ever met him? I know you've met some of the Marquette people.
I'm plugged in, but I'm not that plugged in. I mean,
He's not that plugged in if he hasn't met you.
no. But Bill, he's done a lot for the university in terms of the basketball program. I know they're renaming the practice court after Dwayne Wade. So, should be it should be interesting.
Okay. Well, thanks for that late breaking news.
It just came across the wire.
I see that.
That and Rudy Gobert winning Defensive Player of the Year. That just came across too.
Okay. Would you pay attention to what's going on this show instead of all the other shows, for God's sakes?
No, I am. I get alerts on my phone. That's why I get buzzed.
You get buzzed, all right. All right. So,
okay.
What else is going on in the NBA playoffs?
The Cavs and Celtics tip off tonight.
Okay.
Mel is all hyped, but he's
Are the Cavs going to win any games?
I give them one. I give them game 4.
Okay.
All but I also am worried if I'm a Celtics fan because Porzingis is out for a while. So if Allen comes back and is able to play well, I may give him 2, but not the whole series.
Okay. All right. And in the other Eastern Conference series, it's the Knicks won a controversial game last night.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about that?
I didn't watch the game. I'll be honest with you. I was watching the Brewer game.
Okay.
But I heard about it. I saw the replay of the kickball that they called at the end of the game. For those who haven't seen the replay, maybe we can pull that up at a later date. The kickball was a joke. It was deflected off his hand. So for those who don't know, I think the Knicks were up 1. The Pacers went to steal the ball. The ball deflected off the guy's hand. They called it a kick, which
is illegal.
Which can only happen with your foot. For the so that was kind of that was a controversial way to end a game. And of course, the Pacer fans are like, this always happens against the Knicks and yada yada yada. So I don't really know.
Well, I got a couple things on this one. Boo-hoo for the Pacers. Tough shit. They are the biggest crybabies I've ever heard in my life. They got all the calls in the Bucks series.
They're front runners.
They didn't think that was so funny. They didn't think it was so terrible then when their guys were hacking like Pat Beverly at the end of the half when he was shooting a 3 and that would have been 3 free throws.
Right.
I didn't hear a peep out of them then. They just went up. That's the way it goes.
It's funny because I was listening to someone say, I think it was Bobby at the end of the series. He said, they don't talk when they're losing. They only talk when they're winning.
Well, Bobby talks all the time, which is funny. Yeah,
Bobby talks all the time.
But I do give, even though I can't, I think the players are babies. Their coach, who is Rick Carlisle, Patty, who looks like Jim Carrey with a shaved head, if you can imagine such a thing. I did like his quote. He said right after the game, I don't want to talk about the officiating. We're not expecting to get calls in here. It would have been nice if they didn't call that one, but that's just the way it goes. I mean, he's got a realistic take on it. He's been around. He knows.
Can you imagine, not to jump ahead, Jack, but can you imagine if somehow Rick Carlisle and Jason Kidd met up in the finals? How much fun that would be. That won a championship together.
One guy's a coach and the other guy isn't.
As his point guard. I think that'd be fun.
You do? That's who you're rooting for?
No, I said I think it'd be fun. I'm rooting for the Knicks.
You just want to watch it.
Yeah. Why are you rooting for the Knicks, AJ? Curious.
I like the Villanova connection that they have there with Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, and Jalen Brunson. I like that a lot.
You're such a homer. I knew you were going to bring up DiVincenzo. He used to be on the Bucks, so of course you like them. You are Wisconsin's biggest sports fan, right?
Yes,
that's who we're talking to.
Yes, I am.
Look at him smile. He's beaming.
Hey, that's why I'm on the show, baby.
Baby.
That's why I'm on the show. I'm Wisconsin's biggest sports fan.
Good for you. Yeah. Okay. So in the NBA, are the Timberwolves are they gonna take it all?
They're young, they're athletic. They got Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. two centers that basically play the same position, but they make it work. So I like it.
Okay. I got another thing for the NBA. I loved a quote by Pat Riley. Did you see what he said?
About Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy Butler is a player who was mouthing off about the other teams, and he said, "If you're not on the court, what did he say, AJ?
Basically, if you're not on the court, shut up."
Yes, shut your mouth." And it was his own player, which I love
Yeah.
because everybody's afraid of those players. That's great.
Jimmy's time in Miami may be up.
You think?
I don't think Pat Riley is one of those guys that's going to put up with somebody making comments about. I think they're going to build around Tyler and Bam, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And
Is that the right move?
Jimmy's got 2 years left on his contract, so he's very, very tradable.
Well, would you trade him?
I don't know to who or for what, because keep in mind, Jimmy Ward is welcome to Chicago and Minnesota. So,
And Philadelphia.
He's
kind of consistent in wearing out his welcome.
Yeah, I don't know who you trade him for, but I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, there's a couple spots I can think of. Maybe a spot like with Pop in San Antonio. I know that's not a popular. Maybe a spot like somewhere that's a smaller market that he can be the dominant ball handler. But I don't know. I don't know if his time. I think his time in Miami's up. I don't know.
Should the Bucks try to get him?
To pair with Giannis, Dame, and Jimmy?
Yeah.
No, because that probably means giving up Chris.
Okay. You like Chris better than Jimmy? What's that?
Are the Bucks out of everything now?
Yeah, they lost, Patty. They're out. They lost the first round.
No, I don't do that deal. I don't do Jimmy and Chris straight up.
Okay. Patty, they lost in one of the big reasons. There are others, but Giannis couldn't play at all because he was hurt. So, and then their other big gun, he missed a couple of the games too. So, not good. Not a good way to end the year.
Not a good way to go out. Not a good way to go out. You don't want to go out like that. And I kind of felt bad for Giannis after his press conference. Like his press conference said, I tried everything to come back. I tried everything to come back. I couldn't. My body said no. So I kind of felt bad somewhere.
Yeah.
That sometimes your body just doesn't hold up. So.
Okay.
Wasn't it last year that some reporter asked Giannis something about not winning or something? He came back with a really cool answer or something like,
"Do you view the season as a failure?" Yeah, that was a really cool answer. I love that answer. I played that answer for days after that.
Yeah.
Because he said, "Do you view your job as a failure?" Or every time you don't get a promotion, and he said no. So.
Yeah, that was a really cool quote.
So you like, even though you're not a major sports fan, Patty, is that a fair assessment?
I would say that's true.
Okay, you still like Giannis?
From what I know of him, yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, just curious.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, AJ? I did have one other thing. I heard a rumor, AJ, that the Pistons are interested in the Bucks GM. Do you hear anything about that?
John Horst?
Yeah.
That's not surprising. They still need players, though.
Yeah, but do you think would that be a big loss for the Bucks if he left?
John is a great dude. I met him in person. He's not an official member of the Mafia, but when John first got the job, he played the whole front office staff played basketball in Kohler. So John is a great dude. So I'd be sad if he left.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. All right. So, also in the sports world, AJ, you mentioned there is another sport that you always ignore. Oh wait,
hockey.
Yeah. Well, NBA Dallas and OKC start tonight. Who's going to win that one?
OKC.
Is it going to be close?
OKC in 6.
Okay. All right. You sound pretty sure of yourself.
OKC is going to win the first 2. Dallas is going to win 1. Dallas is going to steal 1 in Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City is going to win in 6 in Dallas.
You know, it's easy to believe someone when they sound so sure of themselves like that. We'll have to see. I got a long list of AJ's quotes that were like that. He's usually they call him the flip flop king. No,
I'm not flip flopping on this one. I don't have a horse in this race, so I have no reason to.
Don't bring up the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, we do. Which I missed, by the way, because I was going to bed, so I missed it. I'm so sad that I missed the end.
Yeah. Well, it's only the closest one in history. You didn't miss anything too exciting.
Yeah, I know. I didn't miss anything drastic.
You're okay. Okay, so hockey starts tonight. Do you know anything about what's going on in the hockey world?
Boston took Florida after 8 days rest. Florida swept through their series, and then Boston came down to Florida after 1 day rest and took Florida 5-1.
That goes back to the getting a rhythm, playing every other day. It's hard to be off for 8 days. I mean, you think it's all great, but it's really not.
It's really not. You know, even with any sport, really, it's not the rest versus. You know, the rest just creates rust, really.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, and
that'd be a first if you were being honest with us.
Yeah, to be honest with you, just creates rust. So I don't really know. I don't really
AJ,
know.
you're a good man. I think you're right on that. Every team that I wanted is out. They've already all lost. I'm rooting for Canada teams now. It's like some crazy stat. No Canadian team has won
since 1996 or something.
Is it that long?
It's been that long, yeah.
I'll look it up, but that's crazy. I mean, I know there are lots of Canadian players on every team, but still, not to have a Canadian city. There's an update. I hear. What do you got going now, AJ?
Nothing. Oh wow, this is crazy.
Oh wow.
They just had the NHL draft lottery tonight.
Yeah.
And the Sharks won the #1 pick.
Sharks. Okay. Well, they deserve it. They had a rotten team this year. Okay.
Who did the Sharks play for? What city?
San Jose, California.
Oh, okay.
All right. So hockey is in the first round is over. They're in the second round tonight. The Hurricanes are playing in Rangers again. Yeah, and Rangers won the first game.
The Rangers are the 4th President's Cup team to win the first 5.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. And the Canadian teams left are the Vancouver Canucks and Edmonton.
I'd love to see Edmonton do well because I like Connor McDavid, but that's just me.
Oh, I'd love to see them win it all. Yeah, from here on out. Okay. Well, we agree on something.
Yeah, I like Connor McDavid. I like the two Connors, Connor McDavid, Connor Bedard, and Steven Stamkos. He's not bad either, but he's out.
He's out. Out, as they say in Canada.
He's out.
That's pretty good, AJ. That was good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else sports-wise?
No. Nothing really. We covered everything, and we covered we covered pretty much everything.
We covered your personal news first, which was the most important, and rightly so. And you can't wipe your smile off your face.
No, I can't. AJ. I can't. Nothing will wipe my smile off my face.
That's good. Also, the Avalanche opens at the Stars tonight for hockey.
Yeah,
I know you're invested in that.
Yeah, we can't have Devils win everything. We just can't have that.
What did they win?
Nothing. That's the point.
Okay, all right, I'm with you on that.
AJ, do you watch the cycling thing? Because Cedarburg going to have that cycling.
I heard. I was at Mel's today, and I read about this cycling. I have the flyer in my room.
And do you know anything about? I mean, I've heard sort of a little bit about it, but I'm not sure I know exactly how it works. So
how it's going to work is going to start at I don't remember what park. I have the map. The map is on the flyer, and it's going to start at a park, and it's going to be like a race, like an internet. Like I suppose it's like an international race or something. So,
yep.
So
Yep. They have teams and riders from all over the world will be here for it. They'll have men's teams and women's teams. And Patty, were you there on last Thursday when they had the women who were on the team?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how like they made a living doing that, but it sounded like they made a really good living doing it.
Yeah, I think so.
Speaking of tonight and Mel's, this has nothing to do with sport, but kind of. The Mel's meeting for the new facility that Joe Chapman is building as part of the Mel's Gateway is this evening. Right now, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what is the reception for that? Is it done, AJ?
No, it's not done. It's a meeting. It's a meeting that pending approval of the building.
Okay.
So if they get approval, then they can break ground this summer.
That'll be a great thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right off of 43 and 33. Right off the exit. So that'd be great.
Be a great thing. And it would be where I would work next summer. So it would be awesome.
AJ's plugged in everywhere, man.
I can see that.
Okay. Well, AJ, I have to say, just like you said about the other teams, I expected you to be a little rusty because you've been taking so many vacation days from the show, but you did really well. You were on top of it. Everything. You even know the hockey stuff, which is good.
Yeah, I watched SportsCenter beforehand, but yeah.
You don't have to say how. You're on top of it, man.
Yeah.
So cool. So fantastic. And tomorrow at 9 a.m. we're gonna have a Sports Mafia segment. AJ's show is gonna be on CPL Radio. It'll be right here. It'll be on Facebook and YouTube, I believe.
Yeah, Facebook and YouTube.
Yep. So that's cool. So we'll be together again, and you'll be able to correct all the wrong scores you picked tonight. You'll say you picked them right tomorrow. Exactly.
And Mel, don't get your hopes up, buddy. It's not going to be a long series fight. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, bud.
AJ.
Sorry, bud. Just I have a feeling that Drew Holiday and Cleveland, it's not going to be a long series.
Well, that's one good Celtic, Drew Holiday. You gotta like him.
Yeah.
Okay. So AJ, would you like to stay on and hear what Patty has to share?
For the evening.
Okay.
But it's been a joy, Patty. Always good to see you.
It's
been a joy to be back on the show, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to Tuesdays now, so it should be fun.
Yep. Excellent. All right. Great job, AJ, and congratulations again to you and the folks, the whole Bocchini. And what's the other last name? What's Hannah's family's name? Wallner. So the Wallners and Bocchinis, congratulations. It's fabulous news. Keep it going. Don't let AJ give him a ride.
Right, not yet anyway. Bo, you're safe for now.
What, Patty?
He said, "Welcome to the world, Bo."
That's right.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Take care. See you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, see you tomorrow morning.
Try and be on time.
Yeah. Do we have a link for that yet or no?
No, we don't. Are you kidding? It's Bulldog. We'll get the link at 8:55.
He actually answered today, so I called
what?
him. Yeah.
Well, call him right now and tell him to get his shit together and get us the link.
I know he's got a lot going on, so we'll get the link for sure.
Okay. All right. If you're confident, I'm good.
Yeah, we're good. All right, Jack.
Okay. See ya. Have a good night. Thanks.
Yep.
Hi, AJ. Good to see you.
Bye.
Woohoo! AJ Bocchini. There he goes. So
I'm practicing that.
Yes. Oh, it's the open. It's his new open for his Mafia segment, which is great. The AJ Sports Mafia. So
I saw it a couple of Saturdays ago, or was it Saturday? I saw it someday, and it was like in the early morning. No, not morning.
Yep. It could have been Saturday or Sunday morning. We've been bouncing around a little bit.
And I did see it. Okay.
The weekends have been kind of hit. I can't make it this day. We're flexible.
Yeah.
We're flexible, but AJ has just grown in his role, and he just continues to no matter what he does, he just knocks it out of the park. It's great. So I can't let him get too big of a head. That's why I kind of give him the business a little bit.
Good for him.
Which you can just see really bothers him. Like he's just beaming.
Yeah. Exactly. Good for him.
Yep. Absolutely. Now, good for you. What's going on in your world?
Well, nothing. You know, I just wanted to go back to the Tom Brady roast.
Mm-hmm.
There were some pretty kind of funny things. Like, oh my God, they destroyed Kim Kardashian. I
Was
mean,
she there?
yeah, and they said some really, really nasty things about her. And a matter of fact, when they first started talking about her, the whole audience started to boo. And
Oh,
since then, Netflix has cut that part out of it.
oh, really?
Yeah, which I thought was kind of interesting. But oh my God, some of the remarks that they made about her are just really, really nasty. So yeah.
There again, someone who's learned how to work the system. She didn't commit any crimes. I'm not a fan. I can't listen to them talk at all because they drive me insane. But I got to give them credit.
Well, yes, and yeah, you do. But the way that they got to where they're at.
How did they get there?
Well, she wasn't somebody.
I know she was in a sex tape,
Right.
but there are sex tapes all over the world all the time.
But not at that time. There weren't. Now,
Okay.
So it's people aren't as freaked out about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did something about a show where they're spilling every piece of their life and then earning millions over it. Just kind of weirds me out. It's kind of
Okay. Yeah.
and I should care because why?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you have to get. That's why I give them like they're famous because their father was on the defense team of O.J. Simpson, but he's like the least well known of all those people. He's been dead for forever, and
Right.
not O.J. The Kardashian. Were they even married? Were they split up at that point? I don't even know if they were together at that time.
No, I
But
think they were married at that time, and then when he died, then there was rumor that Chris was having an affair with O.J. Simpson actually, and then and that Chloe is supposed to be the love child between them, but that turned out not to be true. So yeah,
yeah, see all kinds of fun stuff.
Fun and exciting things.
Okay, so they already got too much of our time, the Kardashians tonight.
And we're not getting paid millions either.
That's right. I think the female comedian was Nikki Glazer. I heard she was hilarious. And she's whenever she's on something, it's like anything goes. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No, I just saw clips from different sources. So
like recaps, kind of. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Cool. Interesting.
I don't have Netflix, so I just kind of watched the sources and
Did Mr. Wonderful watch it with you? The clips?
No, are you kidding?
No, he's such a football guy. I thought maybe he would have an interest.
He couldn't care less.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, okay. Next. So what's going on in the world, Patty? What's going on? Give us some good news.
Well, the two winners for the Love Has Many Facets jewelry design competition had their Meet the Artist event, and it was a very, very nice event. They were greeted by people within the communities, giving them love and hugs and all sorts of good things. So that was
nice.
And they both got their. I don't know if did I tell you this? Port Washington State Bank, of course, was the donor for the $500 prize.
Mm-hmm.
But I had no idea it was going to be a tie. So
I think it's a cool story.
Yeah, well, it is. But I learned over that weekend that after I counted the numbers up, and then I had a couple of people count them up for me as well. 2 other independent people count them up for me as well, because I'm like, how can this be a tie? This is crazy. I mean, what are the odds? This is nuts. And it was a tie. But I hadn't had anything in the rules or regulations about what happens when there's a tie, because who would have thunk it, right?
Right.
So I had a lady call me after I announced it to the high school kids that it was a tie. Came back to the office, and this lady called me, and she said, I've been watching your posts, and you said you were going to announce the winner this morning. I haven't seen anything. Can you tell me who the winner is? And I said, well, believe it or not, it was a tie. And she goes, you're kidding. And I said, no. And she goes, well, what does that mean? So I told her, I said, well, the girls will have to split the 500. They'll get 250 each. but we'll still make both their pendants and we'll still have the party for them, but they'll just have to split the $500. And she goes, no, they won't. I'm like, oh. And she goes, I will send you $500 for the second person.
Wow.
So I was like, are you kidding me? She goes, I'm totally, yeah. She says, yeah. I said, well, can I, put your name out there as a donor? And she's like, I would rather my name not be brought into it. She goes, I'm just going to send you the check. Please make sure the girl gets it. And that's it.
She didn't sign a Kim Kardashian, did she?
No.
No. Okay. But
I know who it is.
But didn't the person say you wish they had something like this for the art program?
They did, yeah.
Tell us that part, please.
Well, she said she was a Cedarburg High School alumni, and she said that she wished that when she was going to high school there was something like this, because she would have participated and really enjoyed it, and she was just sad that there wasn't anything like this, but she was happy that we were doing this, because she said, I love the fact that you small businesses, which I thought was a cool thing for her to say too. She said that you small businesses are joining together to support the high school students. And then the community rallies around after that and supports the kids by voting and being there. She obviously followed my post pretty closely on social media, because she,
oh my God, she has patience then.
yeah. or she's a speed reader by now.
The world's longest. Patty is the famed, infamous author of the longest posts in internet history. There's nobody can beat her. But yeah, that's cool. But I also think it's cool that she, you're older, you've been through it, and they say, oh, we didn't have that thing. You kind of grumble about it. You don't do anything positive like this about it, what she did, which is very cool.
Yeah. So both girls got the $500.
Excellent.
And I was, and it was, I got off the phone with her and I just started to cry. I really did. I just started to cry because I was like, I'm so unemotional.
Yeah, it's just
even feel.
Yeah.
But I did. I just started to cry. I mean, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you? And I even said to her, are you sure you want to do this? She goes, I'm positive. I'm absolutely positive. I said, well, you don't have to. And she goes, I am sending you a check.
Stop talking her, trying to talk her out of it, for God's sake.
Well, I didn't want her to feel obligated in any way, but she, it was so great. And I was shocked. And like I said, I just got off the phone and I just started to cry. And what was really funny too is you're going to think I'm crazy, but
no.
Stressing. Yes. But I was stressing about it all weekend long, because it was like, oh man, what if they get mad because they have to share the $500? And
right.
I'm giving myself an ulcer.
And it's the one thing you didn't have in the rules. It's always like one of those things you would never have that in the rules unless it happens.
Right.
Now it'll be in the rules.
Right. Now it's in the rules. You betcha. So, but anyway, I like I said, I was stressing about it all weekend, and Michael kept saying, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm like, well, how do you know? You don't. I like to play the what if game. So, and Michael's like, don't play the what if game. So anyway, when I got off the phone, I just started to cry, and I looked up and I go, that was you, Mom, right?
There you go. And your mom is the patron saint of Patty and good deeds and jewelry all over the world, right?
Of Patty the worrywart.
That's right.
So yeah. So that was really excellent. So now we have the pendants are in. The caster got them done and they're in. We've already sold one. And I've had a lot of people asking questions about the necklaces. So I think we'll be selling some more here pretty quick, but
excellent.
It really turned out nicely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And it's great that Port Washington State Bank and chose to step up and do that for a local thing. That's very cool. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of nice people working there too, so which is helpful.
Very, very nice people. Yeah. I saw James Showalter at Rotary last week, and I went up. It was the first time I'd seen him. I actually, because I had emailed him a request for the sponsorship, and then thanked him via email. But this was the first time I had seen him, and I went up to him. I gave him a great big hug, and I said, "Thank you so much." And he goes, 14 years I know you, and this is what I have to do to get out.
Oh, you. Again, Patty, it's just hard to get a reaction out of her. It's just difficult.
Nothing phases me, boy.
See, well, good news. You that's a feel good thing to lead off. You and AJ both had feel good lead off, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's good. It's all good, and we have some leads on some other. There's some good things coming. Hopefully, I'm working on some other good things to help improve the competition.
Excellent.
So, I don't want to put them out there right now. I think I told you some of them, but I don't want to put it out there to the world.
No, right.
True.
Yeah, and one of the great things about the competition, I mean, it's great for the kids who won and their families and the community, but it's really great for art students to have a chance to do this, and it's really cool that there are art programs that are getting funding and having things like this, rather than you hear that the arts are getting cut everywhere because budgets are tight everywhere, and creativity is just as important as any other aspect of a student's life, and we're all creative. It's just, how do you reach that creativity? How do you tap into that? And kids need to be able to experiment and do things like this especially at that formative age where you don't know what the hell you want to do. And there's so many careers available, as we've talked about in the jewelry business, right, Patty?
Exactly. And right now, goldsmiths are just desperately needed. And that can be a very profitable career to go into.
Right.
There was something back to what you were saying about the arts. Hold on just a second.
Mm-hmm. What do you got in there?
Water. I'm so thirsty all the time. So I think it was from an article that you sent me. The Stoics. I read something about art from the viewpoint of a Stoic, and they were talking about, and I'm pretty sure this is from them, either that or I'm dreaming it, but they were talking about how art, whether it's creating jewelry or a painting or sculptures, whatever, art is something that the world can bond over. It's we can all look at a painting. We may see different things within the painting, but we can agree that it's beautiful. So there's a common ground that people can come together via art. And I thought that was kind of a neat way of looking at it. And in today's world, I think we kind of need that.
Yeah. We need more getting together and coming together. We need more beauty in the world.
Well, we need more, give peace a chance, that kind of stuff. That's the 70s, 60s.
You bet, baby.
Yeah. Peace.
That's right. Keep on trucking.
I also read an article about this morning about the girl that young girl that was pictured over the dead body at not to bring this down any, but the girl that was pictured over the dead body at Kent State. That famous picture of the girl kneeling over the guy that was it. Yeah, boy, that really screwed her life up.
No, that'll happen. That'll do it.
Yeah, it really did. I was reading all the things that she went through in life, and oh my God, that girl just really, that whole thing just really, the guy who took the picture ended up winning the Pulitzer Prize for it. And he's also like some senior art person at CBS or something now. But she just, her life went like totally in the crapper. So.
Okay, so this is connected to the positivity and the good feelings that we're talking about, these positive stories. How is this related to that, Patty? You were just... I'm not seeing the connection here.
Well, here's the connection. They had a I think it was like a 25 or 50 some year reunion, and these two people were brought together. And the guy who took the picture was really very hesitant to meet her because he he knew that she had had a rough time after that, and things did not go. I mean, the FBI followed her. I mean, there were just really strange things. And so he knew that she had a very hard time, and got death threats and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, so they had this reunion, and he was afraid to look at her because he was, because he knew, he felt like he was responsible for ruining her life. And at one point he looked up and their eyes met, and they just kind of went together and hugged each other and just held each other and hugged each other and cried for, I guess, like really long time. And he's like, I am so sorry. And she's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine now. Thank you.
Right. And
it's a powerful story of forgiveness.
And he never intended for any negative consequences to come from that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He had no idea that the picture was going to take that type of turn. So, but it was a beautiful story, actually, of somebody who did something with all the right intentions and turned out so bad. And then he felt so badly for her. And when they finally did meet, how many years later, it was all gone. Everything was fine. It was a powerful forgiveness, I thought.
Yeah. Well, I forgiveness. I can't remember who said it, but maybe brought it home to me. It's like, if you don't forgive someone, it's like carrying around wet socks in your backpack, a bunch of, like a bag of wet socks. I mean, it doesn't serve you in any way, and it doesn't do anything to the other person either. I mean,
right.
But you don't have to forget. That's what I says. You don't forget it. Like, okay,
right.
Now I know what you are, who you are, what you are, and now I know. But at the same time, to carry around the hate and the grudge and not let go of it, easier said than done.
Absolutely.
But if you can,
ruins the container it's in.
Right. So anyway,
speaking of and that, so to kind of segue into this happened to me the other morning. So like I get up at 3:15 because I go work out by 4:15. So I get to the end of the driveway and I think, oh shoot, we forgot to get the paper yesterday. So I drove across the road and pulled across and got out of the car to get the paper out of the mailbox. And then I saw this vehicle coming towards me. So I quickly jumped back into the car, and I had my flashers on and everything. And this vehicle gets up to me and comes to a complete stop. And I'm thinking, oh shit, he's going to yell at me. He's going to be mad because I'm on the side of the road. I do have my flashers on, but he's going to be mad. Or he's going to try to do something nefarious or something, whatever.
Nefarious.
You like that word? So I rolled down my window. I said, yes. He goes, are you okay? Do you need help? I said, oh, thank you. No, I'm fine. Thank you. That's very kind of you to ask. He goes, okay, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. And I'm like, thank you. And I thought, wow, Patty, are you I went from, my first thought was a bad one, that he was going to do something horrible, like yell at me or worse. And here it was, a very nice man just checking to make sure everything was okay. So what does that say about us? We've gotten, or me anyway.
Well, it's funny you said he was going to do something. He was going to yell at me. Like, mind your own fucking business. So I'd say, shut up. But
yeah, so see,
okay. See, there are good people out there.
Yeah, there are.
We don't hear about them often enough, but they're out there. All right,
they're happening. So.
Anything good happening in the world of jewelry and fashion in general? We've got the local scene, which is great, and great to hear about Facets, and it's going well. Your brainchild, and you're working like crazy on it, which is wonderful.
Your brainchild. I'm just trying to execute it.
Yeah, well, you execute like crazy. So, what else did you want to talk about tonight?
Well, okay, so a couple of things. We got diamonds in 4 hours now. No, can you believe that?
No.
Some scientists in South Korea have figured out how to create a laboratory-grown diamond in less than 4 hours.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So will this make them less expensive? I
Uh,
mean, will they be churning them out like, mass producing them?
that could, yeah, churn them out like really at less than 4 hours. Yeah.
Are they good? I mean, have
Yeah.
you seen pictures or what have you, or heard the data on, or however you tell?
From what I've read so far, they're absolutely fine and perfect and good. And just like the ones they're making now. So without it in more than 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 4 months, 6 months.
Is that what it was prior to this?
Yeah, 4 to 6, sometimes a little bit more months. Yeah.
That's a long time. What?
Yeah. But
What?
now less than 4 hours.
That's a huge churn.
Yeah.
What did they just do? Did they say how they figured it out?
Yes,
What
they
changed?
did, and of course went
Yeah.
way over my head. I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
okay, yeah.
But
I could have tried to remember it and sound smart, but I wouldn't have been.
no. Okay. Well, I just thought maybe it said, well, basically what we did was, but that's turned up the oven,
Yeah.
by 1,000 degrees and got done faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like frozen pizza. Well, that's cool. So what is that going to do to the diamond world?
Let me tell you, this is the
Please.
Oh gosh. So
For people who don't know, the diamond world is full of lunatics, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And like there are two camps: either you're pro lab diamonds or you're
Very much
anti. And there's not a whole lot of people who are in between, right?
right.
Okay.
I'm in between. I don't care as long as you're getting what you want. What do I care?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Anyway, Martin Rappaport. I don't know if you remember Martin Rappaport, Jack. He's the head guy of the Rappaport Report, which does all the diamond pricing and stuff like that. Oh, and Jay Moskowitz works with him now too. Anyway, so yeah, he came out and oh my God, just scathing and just, I mean, to the point of just downright mean, nasty,
Unhinged.
totally unhinged, and this was on LinkedIn, and guess who reported back and then kind of retorted back to him?
Jeff Fisher.
No, no, this was Tom Chatham, who is the owner and founder of Chatham Gems, laboratory-grown gems, rubies, sapphires, emeralds. Okay, he's the first one who pioneered laboratory-grown by the flux fusion method of colored stones. Mm-hmm. And he was like challenging Rappaport to a fight over LinkedIn. It was hilarious. I'm like, holy cowboy, settle down. But anyway, so I did something that I never do. I stepped into the arena.
Oh boy, you jumped into the frying pan. What made you do that?
Because I am so sick and tired of the diamond people. They're just acting like spoiled little brats. They've had it their way for so long. If they would have just kept their effing mouth shut, everything would have been fine. If they would have just accepted it, like Terry Chandler said, just accept it as another product category. That's all. Because that's really basically what it is. It's just another product category. But because look at laboratory-grown rubies, sapphires, and emeralds, that hasn't hurt the price of natural ones, Mother Nature ones. They're still as expensive as ever. But nobody got out there and just attacked laboratory-grown gemstones like they're doing with diamonds.
Why do you think that is, Patty? For people who don't understand, what would make it so? People aren't that close to the industry. What is it about diamonds that makes them so rouse such emotional responses from it? What when it isn't rubies or sapphire? What's the difference? I mean, what does it?
I think it all goes back to De Beers, when De Beers had controlling power over all of the diamonds. Diamonds really aren't that rare. What made them rare is De Beers controlling the amount of diamonds that hit the market. And so, I mean, I think I told you stories about how it used to be De Beers used to have sites, what they called sites. And if you were ever asked to a diamond site, De Beers would hand you a little pouch of diamonds, and they'd say, these diamonds are yours. You don't get to pick them out. They pick them out for you. And then they'll say something like, that'll be $100 million, please.
Oh, so who would these would be wholesalers that they'd invite to
Yeah,
to the site?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like Jeff Fisher. And they would say, okay, this is going to cost you $100 million. And if you refused it, you're never asked back to another site. And, you know, people were afraid to say no to De Beers.
Mm-hmm.
So De Beers had such a tight control on everything that I think it all stems from that. And then,
that touchy-feely De Beers who's only interested in love and romance and never-ending passion and what? What?
No, you know that. They're not that nice people.
No.
But yeah, I think it all stems from that. And then along comes Martin Rappaport, and he starts this Rappaport report where he talks about all the diamonds that are available on the market and what prices he starts dictating prices of what people should sell it for. So like if I was doing an appraisal, I would check what they call the RAP sheet, which is the Rappaport sheet. And it would tell me if you have a diamond this size, this color and clarity, here's what diamonds are selling for in that color, clarity, and carat.
How did he get himself in that position, Patty?
It was a slow process, but he did it. He started back in the early 80s with it. And he was controversial then. It was quite controversial at that point.
So does he have a lot to lose from lab diamonds? Is that what the deal is?
Yes. That's his whole business.
Because he can't control this?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's he just got downright nasty. And Tom Chadden stepped in and said, basically, you know, shut up. And actually it was a little worse than that, but it was like, okay. So like I said, I did something I don't ever do. I kind of stepped in and said, well, here's my opinion.
And did you raise any ire from anyone? Did anybody jump on your case for speaking your truth?
A little bit, you know, because my whole point is, shouldn't this be what it is? Shouldn't it be that jewelers are professionals, and as professionals, it is up to us to tell the public the true and honest facts on both, not how the diamond people see it and not how the laboratory grown diamond people see it, but the honest and true facts about it.
Because that's what you provide.
Right.
You're a purveyor of trust.
Right. And then allow the customer to decide what it is they want. Shouldn't that be what is?
I would think so.
To me, that makes sense.
I mean, everybody wants to make a profit. It should be a fair profit, but you shouldn't make any more profit on anything than the profit you're bringing other people. And that sometimes that profit to the end user isn't money. It's a great feeling about what you've got. They make you feel good.
Yeah.
So.
And so it just, you know, I had a few people say something, well, you're missing the point. Well, no, I'm not missing the point.
Don't they know you're the queen of points? Your Patty Point? Do they know who they were talking to, for goodness sakes?
Certainly not.
We'll have to remind them. Invite them on the show. We'll dress them down about Patty Points.
There you go. But yeah, so it was interesting. I made my one comment and stopped. I don't like confrontation, so I just made my comment.
You just stoked the fire and got out of there. Throw a little gas on there. Way to go, Patty.
Like the kid at school. Go ahead, fight.
Yeah.
Oh, teacher.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's interesting. That still arouses such passions.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like it's going away anytime soon either.
No.
I wonder if we should have Terry on to talk about this.
Yeah, I've been trying to locate Terry, and I've been having doesn't seem to be on LinkedIn too much at all for a long time. So I'll call him. So
okay. All right.
Yeah, I just think that if the diamond people would have just been quiet about it, and not protest so much about it, it would not have had the effect that it has now. I mean, because I had a customer in my office the other day, and she was all upset because she's like, my mother nature diamonds are now worth less. Well, yeah, because people are finding out about laboratory grown diamonds, and now they're wanting laboratory grown diamonds, so the demand isn't there. And I'm like, but you know what? Chill out. It's all gonna work itself out. It's gonna autocorrect. You gotta just give it time.
Well, not only that, her diamonds are not a great investment anyway. I mean,
No.
even before any of this came along, it wasn't. You'd never buy diamonds for resale value.
Jewelry is not an investment, period. There just isn't.
It's just an investment in your joy.
Right.
I mean, that's what it is.
Right. Exactly. So so that's new in the dining world. Let's see, in the fashion world, big comeback. I love it. There was an article that you sent me about the riche, the preppy, I love that. What did they call that? Oh shoot, I just forgot the name. But anyway, it's like, like the tennis sweaters and the biff and the
preppy.
preppies. Yeah, thank you. I just love it. Apparently Gen Xers are really getting into that whole quiet luxury outfits and stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's
something
cool.
Yeah.
And
That's
they're
cool.
showing like a lot of jackets, which, awesome pins on jackets. I mean, it's just so awesome. It really, it's very classy. It's very
Well, and it's interesting to me what people are throwing together for combinations now.
Yes.
I mean, there's not these strict rules that if you don't do it this way or that way,
right.
You're not. You're crazy.
Just creativity is the word. So there's some really cool things that people are doing, and I just love how it looks. I love that whole the big jacket and the baggy pants and the just and the Oxford shoes. Oh, it just looks so cool. Anyway, so that's that.
So your theme continues to be, which is an enduring theme, is do dress and wear jewelry for fun for yourself, not for value, not to, I mean, flaunt it, but but do it it's for you. It's a celebration of you, really, is what it is.
Right. And who was perfect at that was Iris.
Yeah, she was the patron saint.
I mean, at 90, she was wearing thigh-high boots and a miniskirt. God love her. I mean, where is it written that when you get to a certain age, you can't wear something or God, I hate that. With it, the norms that society puts on people. It's like, where does it say that? It's dumb. Mm-hmm. So, and like I say, Iris, I mean, oh my God, some of the jewelry she wore, it outweighed her.
Right.
So,
right. She was just great.
She rocked it because she was confident in it.
Right.
It's like I was talking to somebody the other day and they go, I don't remember now what I was wearing, but they said, it was some piece of jewelry. It was kind of flamboyant and weird. But anyway, they said, you're the only one I know that could get away with wearing that. Like, no. No. Anybody can. If you like it, wear it and be confident about it.
Right. It should make you feel better. It should increase your confidence rather than.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Have some fun, people.
Yeah. I mean, really, where has all the fun gone?
I don't know. Here. It's here.
That's why we need you, Jack.
That's why we need you too. That, and in case anybody ever is getting too tired of short texts, we got to have the other we got to have the balance. It'll work itself out.
Hey, never let it be said I don't explain myself fully. Although one could make a case that I don't really explain.
Clearly is another thing, but fully, no question about it.
Oh well.
You wear it well, Patty.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Very cool. Yeah. All right. Well, it's great to see. It's great to have the show back on.
Yeah, I'm really happy you're back because we need laughter, Jack. You got to save this world. You got to save this world. We
do. We need Bulldog to pick on a little bit. I think AJ will be happy when Bulldog's back, so I can not focus all my energies on him and the sports report. I think AJ knows how to take me just fine. He just smiles and shakes his head.
He's just handling it. Hey, he was doing
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We need more laughter. That's why the world needs you, Jack. You need to get back on here full force and keep it going.
Keep it going. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna sign off for this evening. I think it's a good effort. Unless there's something, do you have anything else you want to share with the kids?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Good. Well, absolutely fantastic job as usual, Patty. Love even you're watching the Tom Brady roast highlights. That's hilarious to me in its own right, and that Michael doesn't care about it. That's also funny. So you're rolling, sister.
Oh, look at what else Michael doesn't care about. I hope you can see it. Can you see my nails?
Oh, wow.
Aren't those cool?
It's amazing what they can do. That's art.
I came home with him. I said, "Look at my nails. Aren't they cool?" Michael goes, "Mm-hmm."
And you were expecting
something more than
Patty. He's consistent.
He is. Totally.
That's what you love him about him. One of the many things.
Yeah.
All right, dear. Well, I think that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Next week we may have Maggie Dobson on. We may have you on as a guest again. We're going to have to kind of be a little loose and flexible until we get this worked out. But we're back in action.
Awesome. I'm going to be gone Tuesday, so I couldn't anyway. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, cool. Well, thanks a lot. You were fabulous, and have a good evening.
I will.
All right.
Love you. Glad you're back.
Yes. Same. Likewise. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.